Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review, and next up is the Good Smile Company Nendoroid Avengers Infinity War Iron Spider Infinity Edition product number 1037. So these Nendoroid figures are smaller figures, they're about 4 inch. They kind of have big heads, smaller bodies, kind of like the Egg Attacks, but the Egg Attack figures are by Beast Kingdom are about a 6 inch. These are more of a 4 inch figure, and they're just really fun to kind of pose around and play with. So I'm very happy to have this. It's been my mission to get all of the MCU Spider-Man figures articulated at least. So I'm happy to add this one to my collection. This is my second Nendoroid figure. As my first one is the Spider-Man Homecoming figure. So I'm glad to have this one. Let's check it out. So here, looking at the product, you can actually see the Spider-Man figure. You can see the spider legs in the background a little bit. We got the web shooter gauntlets there. He's got some whipping webs there. There is a Peter Parker head in there hidden. A couple of product shots throughout the sides of the package, so looking pretty awesome. Here is a look at the back of the package there. And on the side, let's get right to it. Open this thing up. I think with most import figures, there's always some kind of instruction sheet or booklet to kind of go through. Shows all of the different parts that we have. So those gauntlet pieces, the whipping hands with the web, the Peter Parker head, interchangeable eye lenses there. We have the spider legs. There is also a stand. Looks to be the same one. How to attach it, how to change out those lenses, how to switch out the faces and stuff with these Nendoroid figures. Basically, either the face or the whole head is what's actually going to kind of change out. You know, Nendoroid makes figures for a bunch of different licenses and properties, so you can see like hair pieces and things can change. So pretty cool looking there. But always check the instruction sheets on, you know, the import figures, because you never know, and you want to be careful not to let certain things happen to these. So there we go. Now let's check out the figure. Okay, and here is the Nendoroid Iron Spider figure out of the package. And you know what? This thing looks awesome. I know they're small figures, but they look great. The aesthetics of these figures are pretty awesome. And you know what? The articulation is crazy for these little guys. So I'm really happy with it. Here, it just looks awesome. I mean, take a look at how that is. The spider legs look great. They're actually screen accurate with the blue and gold, whereas a lot of spider legs on various different figures weren't accurate, such as the SH Figuarts. Even the Marvel Legends with the new one isn't technically accurate. Mafex did, Marvel Select did not, and then Hot Toys of course did, but yeah, looks really good. Even the Egg Attack is not correct, but they're releasing a deluxe edition that updated them. But yeah, this thing just looks great. I mean, look at this guy. Look how awesome the costume looks, and the metallic paint all throughout. It looks awesome. Alright, let's check out his articulation. Okay, so for articulation, I'm first going to look at these spider legs. It's because the figure's so small, it's going to be too difficult to do it with while this is still on. So there's several points of articulation. So one here at the end, so it hinges there. Then there's another one there. So 1, 2 so far. There's 3. And then there's a ball joint right inside there. So you can get it in all different directions. So it's not... First I thought it was a hinge, so it's not a hinge. So it's just a ball joint. So it's permanently at that angle. But with the ball, you can actually kind of move it around. So they're all going to be the same. So that's the length of it fully extended out, which is crazy. These things are actually kind of pointy at the end, too. Kind of surprising. Except now this one doesn't want... Ooh, I gotta be careful with that. So there it all is fully extended out. So that's crazy. But awesome articulation there. As far as the figure itself, there's a crazy amount as well. The head is on a ball joint, so you can get it all kinds of different motions. So, you know, full swivel around. He can look down that much. He can look up that much. So great range of motion in there. There's just no real pivot. Arms can go out that much. You get full rotation there. There is an upper bicep swivel in there, and you can pull the hand off probably a little too easily. I would say. Let's pop that back on. There is a single jointed elbow though. I mean, I don't know that you really need a double jointed elbow on a figure this small. So single jointed elbow gets you right at a 90 degree. The hand, there's no hinge, but there is a swivel, and again, they just kind of freely pop off since he does come with interchangeable hands. There's an ab crunch, so you can get him to crunch forward that much. You can get him to crunch back that much. There's also, it's kind of like a diaphragm joint at the waist, so it's not really a swivel, because this pelvis piece or the hip joint is kind of a rubber material that you see on a lot of import figures, so you can kind of move it around, so you can actually get, you know, some pivot motion going side to side, and then you can get in a double kind of crunch going down and then going back. You can do the same thing, but then you do get a little bit of gap in there, and you want to make sure as you bring it back to a standing position you get that piece over the torso. Legs have good range of motion, so you can get him to kick forward that much. Leg can go back slightly. There's a single jointed knee, but look at the bend on that thing, which is great. There is the foot is on a ball joint, so you can get some pivot out of it, you can get some hinge, but not a whole lot in the feet, but that's okay. And then the legs can kind of come around and turn, so right at the top of the hip is where you can kind of get the swivel in the leg. So pretty good range of motion. The tricky thing with these figures are, though, because the head is so large and it makes it a little top heavy, they are a little difficult to stand. So that's why, you know, it comes with the stand, and that's really what you're going to want to use to kind of hold them up. But you can actually get it. So there it is. Now let's take a look at the accessories he comes with. Okay, so we get the Peter Parker head sculpt, which is here. This is a different one that came with the Homecoming edition. So with Nendoroid figures, all these pieces can kind of be interchanged out. You know, this is the only head sculpt that he comes with, so, you know, that's not going to be changed out or anything. But that's kind of how that works with the Nendoroids. We get 2 additional sets of interchangeable lenses, so you can have one where he's squinting down and one where he's kind of surprised and wide-eyed. Now these have a yellowish tint to them, so I thought maybe they were like a glow in the dark, but really when you look at certain angles of the light, there's actually a little sparkle in there, so it's kind of a pearly color to the lens. I would have preferred maybe a blue hue or blue tint to them to kind of show a light up effect, but they do look pretty good, and knowing that there's a little sparkle and shine in there, you can kind of see it as they mess with the light there. So that's pretty cool. We get 2 additional interchangeable hands, so the whipping hands with the web coming out, that's the entire hand that you can see there. This is very similar to the Homecoming ones, where he actually came with interchangeable hands just like this also to show the web, which I do have on the Homecoming figure already currently. So we get that for the left and the right, and then we get fists as interchangeable hands, those web shooter gauntlets that were in the package. So that on the figure is just both open hands, so then we also have these fists. So not bad. To change out the lenses, you just kind of have to get your finger in there to pull one out, and then you could see that it's just going to port right on in. And just ports right on in like so. You can have it in there. So very easy to do. You just kind of have to get your finger in there to do it, and then pops right back in. And the Spider-Man head kind of comes apart as well as all the Nendoroid figures do. And now I can't get that back on. So there it is. Now let's see some more comparisons with the Homecoming edition. Oh, actually, you know what? To change out the head, you just pop the head right off like so. And then you can just port the head in there, just like that. And it has that kind of anime look to it. I like that. Okay, so here are the 2 Peter Parker head sculpts side by side, the 2 different figures. You can see they are the same size, and then the facial features are much different. So we have a kind of a happy Peter Parker and a not so happy Peter Parker. The hair sculpts are the same, just a little bit of differences in the color and everything. But again, with the way that these pieces are, you could just remove the hair, take the face off, Same over here. Remove the hair, take the face off, and then you could just switch the face and have a happy Iron Spider figure. So it's pretty cool that you have that. So I think if you have other Nendoroid figures that, you know, maybe not, that aren't even Marvel, you would be able to kind of move it around and change them out as however you want as well. But looking back at this Homecoming one, and I can't remember if I did a review on this guy or not, that the Homecoming edition came packed with a lot more accessories. Not only did we get the same heads, the same interchangeable hands with the web and everything, we also got replacement joints in case anything broke, but several different web pieces as well. So we got this web piece there on the Homecoming one, and then we also got this one here. So, you know, you can have them like swinging around and stuff. So I'm not sure why they kind of wanted to skip out on the accessories. But that's pretty cool. Then the highlight, and this makes sense for the Homecoming one, not for the Iron Spiders, we also got the web wings that go to the Homecoming figure. So you would actually be able, and maybe I'll display this now. So you would just port it on the back of the figure. You wrap it around like so, and then you can port the stand right on in there. So he has the web wings. So that was pretty cool. I completely forgot that even came included. So I will display it like that. And I like that. Again, these are just fun little figures. They're not the greatest, you know, they don't have the most accurate likeness and everything. But the accessories are cool. The fun factor is the biggest selling point when it comes to these things. And again, my mission to get as many of the MCU Spider-Man figures as I possibly can. So that's how I do it. So then you could see the spider legs are just going to port right on to the back. Like so. I guess you do have to have it a certain way to make sure it fits on the back properly. But I really like the way that looks. Again, it's just very fun figures to have in your collection. So pretty cool. Now let's see how he kind of measures up to Marvel Legends. Okay, so here is the Nendoroid Iron Spider figure next to the SH Figuarts, the Mafex, and the Marvel Legends. You can see, you know, he's tiny in comparison to all of them. As far as the aesthetics, he most closely resembles the Mafex in terms of the metallic paint and design and style. The red is a little bit deeper and darker on the Mafex. The blues are very similar, so you can see that the Mafex has the best looking figure. Nendoroid, I would say, is probably a close second. I really like the way they look. They look good. Now let's see him next to the Beast Kingdom Egg Attack figure. Okay, and so here are the Nendoroid figure and the Iron Spider Beast Kingdom Egg Attack figure side by side, so you can see the huge size difference between the two. So yes, they have some similarities because they both have big heads, but they are two very different types of figures. Here I like the Nendoroid more because the movie accurate spider legs being blue and gold, and I like the brighter blue. The metallic red on this thing is awesome, but that blue is a little bit dark. If it was a metallic blue, it'd be a lot better. Now, Beast Kingdom is releasing a deluxe version of this guy, which will have updated spider legs to be movie accurate with the blue and gold. I don't know if they changed the blue or not. The head will have light up eyes, and it will come with a Peter Parker unhelmeted or unmasked head. So that's pretty cool. Really looking forward to that. But here, the highlight is, of course, the Nendoroid figure. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of the figure. Do you have other Nendoroid figures in your collection? Are you going to be picking this up, or have you picked it up? I'm curious. Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Really appreciate it a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, guys, thank you for watching.